In this series, Get a Grip on Gear, we check out racing gear, its role and how it can help a horse race to its best ability. Last week, Garth Pullyer shared some great advice about blinkers.
Saddling up a horse at races is rather equip the blinkers after the saddle's been put on.
You can revisit what Garth had to say about blinkers in the link posted in the comment section below. This week we chat to Garth about two other pieces of headgear that also focus a horse's attention in visors and pacifiers. Let's jump right in. We start with visors.
A visor has a slit in it or an opening in it where a horse can see a little bit of peripheral view of a horse coming up to challenge, which might make them more competitive. And some horses basically need it.
Garth shows us how to fit a set of visors using a stable favourite and recent winner of the non-black type Fever Tree Stakes, African Skyline.
We put it under the brow band, put it over the ears, under the cheek piece. And then what we do is just check it as, put it comfortably. Okay. Yeah, this is a visor, which is a blinker with a slit in it. I will then fasten it exactly the same as the others. It's fastened underneath, like that. We see that it fits nicely. You will see now, if you concentrate on here, you'll see that he's got a gap here. That's his peripheral view. You can see something coming up from behind. And these can be, the slit can be here, long like that, right against here, or it can be in the middle, or this one's a little bit more forward. So this is peripheral view is a little bit more blocked in this particular one, but it can, this same split can be further back, and you'll see he has it in both sides.
Visors have been worn by Barend Botes star filly QUID PRO QUO.
QUID PRO QUO exploding through on the outside, and QUID PRO QUO becomes electrified, has fire in the eyes to win it.
At first glance, you think you're looking at blinkers, but taking a closer look, you'll see slits positioned towards the back of the cups. Whilst visors are differentiated from blinkers on race cards in other racing jurisdictions such as Hong Kong, Australia and the United Kingdom, in this country they're not and appear as blinkers.
A lot of people don't know them as visors. We would normally call them blinkers with a view.
And that's a rearward view to make horses more competitive. See how many you can spot in the parade ring. A piece of headgear that's not difficult to pick out are pacifiers. Mesh in the shape of half spheres are stitched onto the headgear, shielding a horse's eyes.
Michelle, a pacifier is used actually to dim the vision of the horse. It actually calms them down. It's used in training quite often to horses that are hyper and that get excited, or horses that get themselves worked up before work. And the same for races, horses that go down to the start and lose a lot of energy getting worked up. This is a pair of pacifiers. You can see there it's a mesh wire. The smaller the mesh, probably the more calming, the bigger the mesh, the more vision he has. And once tried and worked, you would then equip them at races. You don't want to use them in very muddy conditions because it can clog, but in conditions where there's kickback and where it's dry kickback and there's dirt, it actually protects the eyes as well. You can then equip the horse with pacifiers and a blinker, and that will make him concentrate, but also give him the effect of the calmness. And this is what they look like. It's just a half cup on the outside of the pacifier. Different equipment for different horses. Obviously, you've got to know your horse and you've got to know what he's looking for. Horse with an injury, or a horse that has a problem closing his eyelid or keeping the dirt out of his eye, and in that case, one would probably term this a full cup, and that you can see there is two half cups put together on a blinker to make it a full cup, and that would keep the dirt out of his eye, especially for horses racing on dirt tracks.
You may wonder how horses can race with vision in just one eye, but the majority cope very well. This is Winter Games, seen winning over the mile at Hollywoodbets Greyville on January the 31st. Due to unfortunate circumstances, the son of Water Winter lost his left eye, but clearly none of his racing ability. In the next episode, we take a look at cheek pieces and how they differ in their use to blinkers and pacifiers. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe for more content like this.